Andrew VOERMAN last updated 124820082017. Getty Images. Chris Wood will join All Whites teammate Winston Reid in the English Premier League. Andrew Watersreuters. Chris Wood already has one Premier League goal to his name, scored for Leicester City against Everton in 2014. Reuters. Burnley will be Chris Wood's fourth club in 9 years. IPFAFFENBOCHREUTERS. Chris Wood is by far the All Whites' leading striker. Reuters. Chris Wood is replacing Andre Gray at Burnley, whose 9 goals last season will provide him with a benchmark. Craig Brough. Chris Wood will be competing against Welshman Sam Vokes for a starting place. Craig Broughters. Burnley boss Sean Dyche is the man Chris Wood will have to impress. Football Opinion. For the third time in his career, All Whites striker Chris Wood will play in the English Premier League. He was there 9 years ago, as a teenager at West Bromwich Albion, then again 3 years ago, with Leicester City, and now HES set to return once more, with Burnley. His departure from Leeds United was confirmed on Sunday NZ time, and with Winston Reid firmly ensconced at West Ham United, there are now 2 Kiwis in the world's biggest football competition for the first time since 2013, when Ryan Nelson retired. That alone will raise the profile of New Zealand football. Leeds may be bigger than Burnley in almost every sense, but the fact that the Clarets are in the Premier League means they have a significantly higher profile at the moment. Read more. We're back in EPL on $26 million deal. More Man U magic in EPL. Winston Reid stretchered off. Reid commits to West Ham until 2023. That's why Burnley could bid a reported $26 million for Wood, and why Leeds couldn't afford not to accept it, especially when the man had made clear his desire to return to the top flight. Add feedback. He will depart Elland Road, having left his mark on the storied club, and with management and fans wishing him well. To keep him, they really needed to have won promotion last year, and while Wood did his part, scoring 27 of the 61 league goals, he didn't have the supporting cast to get the job done. When his new deal with Burnley is finalised this week, he will arrive at Turf Moor, their North West England home, with plenty still to prove. The last time he was in the Premier League, at the start of the 201,415 season with Leicester, he began his campaign by scoring the equaliser in a 22 draw with Everton, but he knew he was too far down the ranks to get the playing time he needed to develop, so he left for Leeds. This time, it's different. Wood joins Burnley as a player who was considered one of the best in the Championship last season, its leading goal scorer, and a consensus inclusion in several teams of the season. Many of those similarly honoured made it to the Premier League on the field, but the Kiwi had to wait for Burnley to come calling. He has ostensibly been signed as a replacement for Englishman Andre Gray, who Burnley sold to Watford earlier this month for $32 million. In the 201,516 Championship season, Gray scored 23 goals in 41 league matches as Burnley were promoted, which is similar to Wood's 201,617 record of 27 in 44. Gray then went on to score 9 goals in 32 Premier League matches, a benchmark Wood will be expected to match, and hopefully improve on. But it's not going to be as simple as coming in and taking Gray's place, and not just because Wood is a traditional number 9, while Gray is more of a dribbler and a speedster. Towards the end of last season, Burnley manager Sean Dyche began favouring Welshman Sam Vokes, a striker who is similar to Wood not only in style, but in terms of his career so far, and he has led the line by himself in both the Premier League matches so far. Wood will turn 26 later this year, while Vokes will turn 28, which means the Kiwi has more of his prime left to come, and a slightly better record as well. Vokes has 89 goals in 363 senior appearances across a range of competitions, while Wood has 101 in 293. They have both been at 3 clubs on a full-time basis, though Wood is now joining his 4th. They both thrive on being in the box and getting on the end of service, and they are both a third-choice striker for the country. Right now, Vokes is in the middle of a purple patch, scoring 7 goals in his past 7 games, including a brace as they upset defending champions Chelsea on the opening day of this season. It was only a couple of days ago that Dyche described him as an increasingly important figure in an interview with the Lancashire Telegraph, and it remains to be seen what the new pecking order will be. One of the great things about the past 18 months, as far as the New Zealand football community was concerned, was that Wood had been starting and getting a chance to score on the regular. Waking up on a Sunday morning to the news he had netted overnight never lost its thrill, and it was also good for the All Whites, who could rely on an informed striker who was getting plenty of playing time. Now he has to earn that playing time all over again, possibly starting this weekend, when Burnley travel to play Tottenham Hotspur. There are sure to be Burnley fans in New Zealand already, and they would have kept an eye on that match anyway. But there will now be plenty more joining them. Stuff.